Welcome, everyone, to our very first episode of Prescribing Possibility. I am so glad you're here. My name is Dr. Dympna Weil. I am a doctor, a mother, a wife, daughter, friend, creator, connector, writer, master coach, and Irish dancer. Who's not Irish dancing? We'll get into that at some point. I'm also a board-certified OBGYN, and I've had a long-standing interest in physician wellness. Most recently, I was an OBGYN hospitalist, but I've also been in academics and working with medical students and residents. I have also been in private practice, and I've enjoyed all of them for different reasons. And so a little bit about me and how I got here. So like many of you, I did all the things right. I got the grades. I went to NYU. I had early acceptance to NYU Med. And I matched an OBGYN, won teaching awards, was the chief resident. In OB, we're always putting out fires, and we stay pretty calm in the midst of that chaos. It's kind of what we have to do, but nothing could prepare me for the tsunami of changes that accompanied the pandemic, which culminated with my own health conditions, and that basically forced me out of clinical practice indefinitely. And the thought of me not being on L&D was just crippling. In fact, it forced me into complete stillness. And from that place of uncertainty, assembling my healthcare team, my therapist, and coaching was what helped me to profoundly rechart the course of my life. I later went on to certify as a Wayfinder life coach with Martha Beck, and then subsequently became a master coach training with her in 2022. And so part of my mission and fulfillment now in serving others, especially my colleagues in medicine and healthcare workers in general, is that by sharing the power of the coaching tools that I have learned, I intend to help to shift the culture of medicine. We need to heal the healers. We need to take care of one another. And we need to really learn how to be kind to ourselves. You know, medicine is an environment where compassion is given freely to others. And we don't even realize sometimes that we need to give some to ourselves. And so part of the conversation that we're going to have here on the podcast is about that. How do we show ourselves a little more kindness? What limits us in our ability to do that? Things like perfectionism and not enoughism, and the idea that, rest is lazy, and the hustle culture, and all of those things. So we're going to be looking at things a little bit differently and imagining what's possible if we shift the narrative just a little bit. And that could be shifting the narrative of the thoughts that are running around in our head that aren't necessarily true, and they're holding us back or keeping us small in some way. Or it could be shifting the narrative of the culture in which we've grown up. And that's right now a very toxic culture in medicine for physicians, nurses, and all healthcare workers, quite frankly. And why does this matter? Well, because it doesn't just affect those of us who are in healthcare. It is affecting how we are allowed and permitted to show up for our patients. We are not happy. No one is happy in medicine about the way it is at the moment. No one likes the fact that we can't spend more time with our patients, getting to know them, and the way that things have shifted from that art and practice of medicine, and it's shifted over to the business of healthcare. That is not what any of us have gone into medicine for. And so patients are suffering. The healthcare workers are suffering. And we need to explore what is possible if we think about it a little bit differently, if we don't limit ourselves by, containing ourselves in the boxes of what has always been, and we allow ourselves to dream. We allow ourselves to think a little bigger, and really explore what things could be like in that ideal world. So some of the themes I'd love to consider with all of you and to explore are things like, harmony over the hustle. It's how we go about healing the healers and how that actually allows us to provide better care for the patients. And why, patients, we need your help in all of this, because it's your support alongside us that will shift the needle. We're going to explore stories of transformation and how people have redefined what their lives can be and how they have embraced possibility to shift things to be more aligned with their values or their, audacious goals. We'll look at the intersection of medicine and intuition and creativity. And then we'll just look at the wide scope of the human experience. So whether it's navigating change or rediscovering joy, these are the things that matter. And when we can do these hard things, which every one of us listening can, then we show up in every aspect of our life more fully ourselves. And that really does make the world a better place. And it sounds so cliche, but I believe and I know in my heart that it really does. Together, that's what I hope we'll do. And I really, really want to make sure we get to talk about things that you're interested in. So if there are particular topics that you would love to have covered and talk about, please let me know. Email me at podcasts@dympnaweil.com, and we'll get that going. So that, I think, wraps it up for our very first episode. I just wanted to welcome you, to let you know what we're going to be doing and talking about. I already have some wonderful guests that have already joined me, and we'll be sharing some of those upcoming episodes. So, hang in there and just dream. What is possible if you don't limit yourself? And with that, I will see you next time.